Akron Athletics presents. Brought to you by Bryant Heating and Cooling, whatever it takes. Miller Lite, it's Miller time. And the Spaghetti Warehouse, located at 510 South Main Street, Building 33 in Akron, Ohio, home of the 15-layered lasagna. And here's your host, Joe Dunn.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to a brand new edition of Zips Football Weekly. Hope you'll stay with us for the next 30 minutes as we talk University of Akron football with the head coach of the Zips, Tom Arth. And coach, a tough loss on Saturday to Miami. If I'm frustrated in the press box, I know you're frustrated on the field because I saw so many things that went right. I thought the defense played well, but boy, offensively, we just couldn't get on track.
It was a frustrating game. I think that's a great way to put it. And I thought that, especially in the first half, I thought our defense played really well. Our defensive line played outstanding. It's probably the best game that they've played. Together, and it was nice. We had some guys back. Bryce Wilson was back. Jaquez Cross was back. Eric Bentley, was back, and that really made a big difference for us. And it was a situation where offensively we just really struggled. We struggled to get it going, and and to make plays to put our team in better position. So again, we gotta find that balance, as a team and play well in all phases of the game. And I think if we can do that, we'll be in much better shape.
Last week when we had the scouting report in Miami, Coach, you mentioned they put an extra man in the box. And I guess she can line up anywhere in there. It's kind of confusing for a young offensive line.
It was. They gave us the looks that we anticipated and the looks that we prepared for all week long. But it's a good defense. It's a really good defense, and they make you earn everything. And they gave us some challenging looks and some challenging pressures that we just didn't handle as well as we're capable of. But it's a young group. It's a young offensive line group, and they've played so well all year long. It's hard to get down on them. It's just, hey, support them and learn from that, and we're going to be much better having gone through it.
Let's go back to InfoCision Stadium this past Saturday. What a beautiful day for football, Coach. You can't ask for a better day than what we had. Sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. Zips win the toss, and you want the football, Coach.
We did. We wanted to come out and be aggressive. We knew that they had been off for a while, and it was really important to us to come out with the mindset of let's take the ball, let's go put a quick score up on the board. We had a couple shot plays up early. One that we had, might have been the third or fourth play of the game that we ended up. The running back's elbow hit the ball on a play action, but that was a touchdown, and we just slight miscue, and we never quite got it going, the way we hoped to on offense.
First series highlights, Zach Gibson to Captain Nate Stewart, I think for 17 yards. That was to the Zips 46. Tion Dollard runs for 8 more yards to the Miami 46. Then Zach Gibson dropped for an 8-yard loss. That really hurt that first possession.
That did, and that was ends up being an 8-yard sack. But what it could have been was a 60-yard touchdown.
That's right.
And what a big swing in the game, and just how we feel and the confidence that we're able to build off of that opening possession. So that was a big play in that game for us.
They're going to come back on their first possession, Coach. You can see they're leading right now 7-0. They're going to go to Gabbert to Jack Sorensen for 61 yards. And that broke open, and boy, nobody could catch him down the sidelines. No,
we were pressuring. We got him to a third down, which we did a great job of all afternoon, forcing him into some really tough third downs. And they checked to a screen against the pressure, and we didn't fit it up right, and they split us for a long one.
Watching highlights, first quarter highlights of Zips trail Miami 7-0. We mentioned, Coach, before we went on, Miami did a great job on third down conversions. I think in the first half they were 6 out of 8. And for a young defense, that can be frustrating.
It is. And, you just got to keep getting them to third down. That was the one thing I thought our defense did a great job of. We really took away a lot of the shot plays that they called. They hit a couple of them, but we defended most of them very well. And we were 100% efficient on second down. And we got them into third downs. We got them into third and longs. And unfortunately, they were able to convert.
They scored a field goal to make it 10-0. Zips' next possession, Gibson hits tight end Tristan Brank, new guy in that offense, Coach. Going to be a good one.
Yeah, Tristan's a young player. He's a true freshman for us. Really athletic, big, physical tight end that, I think is really good in the pass game right now and developing in the run game, and we're excited about him in the future.
Miami takes it to 17-0 on the next possession. They convert on 2 third-down plays, Coach. And again, very frustrating for a young defense. They lead it 24-0 at the half, but there was enough good things in that first 2 quarters, I think, to talk about at halftime.
Yeah, definitely. We were really pleased with how we were playing on defense. Really felt like our defense was keeping us in the game, and we knew that we were getting the ball. We had to come out and get a stop to start the second half, and our defense did that. They forced a 3-and-out, got it right back to our offense, and we got to take advantage of that.
The one thing I noticed when it came on the field, Coach, the entire team on Saturday, a lot of enthusiasm. You guys were ready to play on Saturday.
Yeah, we were. I will say that. Our guys have practiced exceptionally well, the entire way through this season. Came back today, had an incredible practice, great energy, great mindset, and, we're made of the right stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just about, all that work that you put in leading up to the week, and then you got to go and get it on Saturday. You got to go and take it. And, I think that's the next step in this process.
We're going to take a break, come back with our weekly feature right after this.
I'm here. This isn't a stop on my way somewhere else. This is my way up. This city, this university, Akron is where I learn to outwork and outsmart. To aim high, then raise the bar. Because Zips never settle for less. No entitlement, no excuses, just my education. My future. I'm on the rise, and we are Akron.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes H-Jacks Plumbing and Heating. Find them at hjacks.com.
Welcome back to Zips Football Weekly. Coach, there are a lot of ways to build a football program. Of course, scholarships, transfers. The walk-on program can be key, and you've got a good one in Tony Grimes.
We do. Tony has done a fantastic job for us. We knew when we were recruiting Tony that he was going to be a really good player for us. Did not expect him to come in and to make the immediate impact that he has, but we're so fortunate to have him and so grateful for all the work and all the effort that he's put in. He's a smart football player. He's a really competitive guy, and he's adding a lot of value to our team right now.
Right now, let's take a look at Tony Grimes, young walk-on freshman from Pittsburgh.
Well, my recruiting process was super slow. I had a lot of D2s late. D2s showed interest. I had another preferred walk-on at Pitt. It was just Coach Anthony Chong he just welcomed me with open arms. Was like, we know you can play FBS football. We just don't have enough scholarships for you. So come on, come ball. We know you can earn it. And I was just like, I can feel like I can earn it too. And my dad had confidence in me, and he was like, all right, let's do it.
Tony came and visited us, really a little bit over a year ago, him and his father, and came out, watched practice, and actually spent, probably an hour with him talking and just talking about, who he is, what his aspirations are. Unfortunately, we were in a position where, we didn't have a whole lot of scholarship opportunity at the wide receiver position, but, talked to Tony and said, hey, you're a guy that adds a unique skill set that we don't have a whole lot of in our room. And there's an opportunity for you to not only come in and, add depth in our room, but really, give it, have an opportunity to contribute.
I heard of Tone when he first was coming in as a walk-on. I kind of didn't think a lot of it at the time, because he's being a walk-on, but, Tony just came in and he's just flat out balled. He's did everything that the coaches have asked, he's done everything that I've asked, and, he's really grown, he's still growing in front of our eyes, so, it's exciting to see what his future holds.
You just got to have that confidence and know that you're the one, you're that guy. And when I came in, I just had to keep my confidence, and that's really all it is when you come out here on the field. Just keep your confidence and know that you can really play football. Nothing changed, it's just you playing football, and that's what I came out here and do. Mature,
very mature football player, both on the field, off the field, in the classroom. He's a guy that, whenever you're a freshman, it doesn't matter if you're a scholarship, it doesn't matter if you're a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, walk-on, right? Like the hardest thing is to learn the new language, to learn the new system. And, you know, Tony, as soon as he was able to, per the NCAA this summer, to be able to sit in on virtual meetings, to be able to, you know, have conversations about what we're doing on offense and defense, you know, Tony absorbed things faster than you know, most do at his age. And his ability to process, his ability to understand what we're doing, and we've got a complex system, was really, really impressive and fun to see. And, you know, it's a big reason why when we got to fall camp, he started to gradually climb up the depth chart, because he knew what was going on. He could pick up a coaching point, a detail in a hurry, and then he could go make it happen.
Tony's just a fun guy, you know, to be around. Like, whenever he comes out on the field, like, he has fun. You know, whenever we're in the locker room, like, he has fun. You know, and even when he's taking care of his schoolwork, you know, and I walk into his room, like, he still looks like he's having fun. Like, he's always smiling. Like, you know, he's a great guy to be around, and, you know, he brings a lot of, you know, juice to our team.
You just gotta stay mentally tough. You're gonna get your opportunity. When that opportunity comes, you just gotta seize it. And I believe that's what I did perfectly. I just seized my opportunity, and you just gotta, like I said, be mentally tough. Come out here, do what you gotta do, and just be mature. If you're mature and do what you gotta do, stay on top of your classwork, stay on top of meetings, and know the playbook like the back of your hand, you'll be fine. Be in the position I'm in.
Hope you enjoyed meeting Tony Grimes. Coach, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. You can really never look into the heart of a football player until you get him on campus and meet him for a couple weeks.
Absolutely, and Tony's a great example of that. And you know, he's from a great program in Penn Hills, one of the best programs in Pittsburgh, and we've had a number of players from that program, and our coaches have coached guys from that program in the past, and there haven't been too many that haven't been good ones, you know, coming out of Penn Hills. So we're really fortunate to have Tony.
Looking forward to watching him play for the next 4 years. We're going to take a break, come back with second half highlights right after this.
Miller Lite is brewed for great taste with only 96 calories and 0 grams of sugar. So when one's done, it's the perfect time to start another. Miller Lite, hold true.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
Here, let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes Smiley One Heating and Cooling. Find them at smiley1.com.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Football Weekly. We were at halftime from Saturday's game against the Miami Redhawks, and Coach, we're down, but you come out of the locker room with a lot of expectations as you do each week in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, and I think the great thing was we had so much confidence on the defensive side of the ball,
Right.
and we knew, hey, all we need to do is go out there and get a quick stop, get it back to our offense, let our offense get rolling. And you know, defensively, we responded to the challenge. We forced a 3 and out. Offensively, unfortunately, we weren't able to go down there and execute and put points on the board. And you know, it's that part of the game where you can really make a difference. We talk about it, I feel like, almost every week. You know, that middle eight, last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half are so critical. And we did a great job in that against OU, and we've struggled, you know, in our other games, you know, in that time frame.
Let's go back to Infocision Stadium this past Saturday afternoon, pick up second half highlights. Zips are going to go on defense to begin the second half, Coach. And finally, when you get the football, boy, Zach Gibson's being pressured a lot and had some good throws and maybe some ones he wants back too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, when you show that you can handle the pressure early, you can calm some things down. When it shows to affect your offense and particularly the quarterback, you're just going to keep getting it until you make them pay, until you hurt them when they bring it, or show that you can handle it. And you know, I think that's the one thing we did not do a good job of that we've done pretty well with all season long, is handling that pressure.
Found a new receiver, not a new receiver, but a guy that's coming on strong is George Qualls, your junior college wide receiver. He's one of a good group of wide receivers.
He is, and you know, we were really proud of the way George played. Thought George played a really good game, and you know, unfortunately had some opportunities to make it an even better game that we just missed on. But George is a good player. He's going to be really special for us.
Your wide receiver group are still young, Coach. I think you don't lose except Captain Stewart's the only one you lose for next year.
Yeah, and the great thing is going through this season, we won't even lose Nate. So we'll come back. We'll come back at full strength, and we're excited about that. It is a very young group, and Nate's the veteran, the leader in that group, and he makes it go for us.
I'm glad you brought that up, Coach, because sometimes fans forget with the 6-game schedule, the NCAA has allotted everybody another year of eligibility, so everybody can come back if they want to, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at it, we don't have many seniors as it is.
That's right.
But the ones that we do have will all have the opportunity to return next season. With the same team, just a year bigger, a year better, a year stronger.
Coach, you have your best drive of the game early in the fourth quarter. Again, it's tight end Tristan Brank on a second reception for 5 yards to get things rolling, and finally get into the end zone on the pass down to Michael Matheson. Glad to have him back.
Yeah, it is great to have Mike back, and this was nice. We had we're able to put together a good drive, and kind of regardless of what the scoreboard says, going out there with the mindset to finish the game, the best way we can, and we were able to put some plays together, get some completions, pop a couple runs, and had a 3rd and goal from maybe about the 8-yard line. Here it is that Mike runs a great route, gets open, and does the rest on his own. It was really, really good to see that.
Boy, they had an angle on him too, Coach. We're going to watch it again from ground level. He just beats him to the pylon.
Mike's a really good player. We missed him, while he was out. But he's got great ability to separate, great ability to, accelerate and burst away from defenders.
We're going to look at the Akron defense on a stop, and finally, Zips get it back with a chance maybe to do some more damage because they scored with about 12 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the game, Coach, and could do some more things, but boy, the defense for Miami really tightened up.
Yeah, they did. Unfortunately, we would have liked to have been able to put a couple more up on the board, but didn't get that opportunity. So, we're very hungry. Our offensive guys are very hungry coming out of that game. They know they didn't play as well as they expected to, and honestly, as well as we're capable of.
Sure.
And that's a big motivating factor for us going into this next week.
Bowling Green will be at Akron on Saturday afternoon. That'll be a 2 o'clock kickoff. We're going to come back and talk about that. Have our player of the game, our play of the game, so don't go away. We're back with more Zips Weekly right after this.
I'm here. This isn't a stop on my way somewhere else. This is my way up. This city, this university, Akron is where I learn to outwork and outsmart. To aim high, then raise the bar. Because Zips never settle for less. No entitlement, no excuses, just my education. My future. I'm on the rise, and we are Akron.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
Here, let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes H-Jacks Plumbing and Heating. Find them at hjacks.com.
Back to Zips Football Weekly. Each week at this time, we have our play of the game and our player of the game. Our play of the game, of course, is a Zips touchdown. Came early in the fourth quarter. Let's take a look at it right now. Akron took advantage of a Miami interference call that came in the fourth quarter, their only touchdown of the game. After Tion Dollard ran for no gain from the Red Hawk 11-yard line, quarterback Zach Gibson hit Michael Matheson for 11 yards in the touchdown as Matheson beat Miami's defense to the pylon for 6 points. With Matheson back, Coach, gives you a lot of options now with the wide receiver group.
It does, and it's been great in these last couple of weeks where Tony's gotten a chance to play quite a bit, and now we know what Tony's capable of, and what are the opportunities for us to get both those guys out there at the same time, and to be able to spell Mike at times, whatever the case is. But we got a good group of young wide receivers, and excited to have Mike back.
Who would you say your deep threat is, Coach? There's a lot of good possession receivers. There's a guy that can stretch the defense a little bit.
There is. I definitely think that can be a guy like George.
Yeah.
George is definitely runs very well, and has great playmaking ability. You saw a little bit of that in the OU game, his ability to go up and make the tough catches. So that's good to see, and we want to see more of that.
Exactly. Well, it may be like a broken record, but again this week our player of the game is Bubba Arcelanian, the young man out of Aurora, former Aurora Green Men coach. He continues to play great defense, 11 tackles, 6 unassisted, 5 assists, and he had some big hits. He was just all over the place. Enjoyed watching him from the press box.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we feel like we talk about Bubba every week, and for good reason. Bubba he shows up week in and week out, day in and day out at practice as well, and just makes plays, tears off blocks, finds the football, plays so hard, is so competitive, and really makes our defense go.
Of course, the fans see him, coach, from up high. You see him from practice. Is he a vocal leader? Does he talk a lot, or he just leads by example?
He's more of a lead by example guy.
Okay.
He's very tough, works very hard, plays very hard. But at times, he will be vocal. But for the most part, all he's got to do is look at you a certain way, and our guys know what that means.
Coach, we talked about 2 guys today, Tony Grimes, Bubba Arcelanian. You look at height, weight, maybe you don't recruit them, but they have really become good football players.
They have, and there are guys like that.
Yeah.
There really are, and I think we're at a place like Akron where you can find those type of guys that maybe are a little bit under the radar and maybe don't meet the height, weight, speed requirements of big time college football programs. They're still great football players, and they have an opportunity to come to a place like Akron and be stars, and I think that's what we have in some of the young men in our program.
I'm sure you got a few more like that in the program too that are on the way to developing into those type of players.
Absolutely.
Okay, as we said, Bowling Green comes to town on Saturday. That'll be a 2 o'clock kickoff, and Coach, Bowling Green coming off a tough loss down at Ohio. Scott Leffler, young man from nearby Barberton, is their head coach. Another quarterback. It'll be a challenge again.
Yeah, absolutely. That it'll be a great challenge. We're looking forward to it, as I mentioned. Very excited to get back out there and have another opportunity to play. We really, every week is such a blessing. This season to be able to be out there and play. But coming off of a tough game that we just experienced. Our guys are really excited, chomping at the bit to get back out there, and we're excited. Have a great opponent coming in Bowling Green.
We're going to bring a good quarterback to town, as most teams in the Mid-American Conference do. Matt McDonald, who Coach Leffler coached, I think, at Boston College, transfers over, so he's a pretty good quarterback.
He is. He's a very good player. He's athletic, can move around, definitely makes all the throws for him. And he's, we gotta keep our eye on him. But I think for them, it all does start with their run game. They do a lot. They really challenge your leverage. They challenge your eye discipline with some of their motions and formations and jet sweeps. And we got to make sure we do a great job of defending that first.
Coach, got Bowling Green coming in. Then we got Buffalo to finish out the abbreviated 6-game schedule for this season. What is the mood of the team right now? To me, they came out with so much enthusiasm against Miami. They just love to play football, it seems like.
Yeah, they do. And that's been the great thing about this group. They really are made of the right stuff. They love to compete. They love the challenge. They take pride in how they practice every single day, and that gives us a great chance, heading into every game. And I truly, feel so much confidence, in our locker room, walking out to the field, every game, and it's because our guys work so hard. It's because they compete so hard throughout the week. And now what we got to do is we got to translate that. We got to translate that to how we perform, on Saturdays, and we've got a great opportunity to do that again this weekend.
Who have developed into some of your team leaders, Coach? We talk about Bubba maybe leading by example. There's some guys now, before he head out on the field, they say a few more words to the team. Are a few guys really jumping up and being leaders?
I think there are. There are a number of guys. Obviously, you have Nate Stewart and you have Bubba, who are our captains. You also have guys, like Randy Cochran, like a Mike Matheson, like a Julian Richardson, Corey Thomas, those type of guys that are all kind of wired the same way. They're all lead by example guys, but they have such a tremendous amount of respect from their teammates, and they set the tone with how they proceed and how they practice and how they lead. But they definitely, our team responds to that group.
I'll tell you what, they're all so young, they're all growing together. Do they realize how good they can be maybe in a couple of years if they stay together, keep believing in what you're coaching?
They do, and that's that's the exciting thing. It really is. They see it. I had a great talk with Julian Richardson this morning. He was a little banged up, and while everybody was warming up, and he was saying everything that you're saying. And our guys have that fight, they have that in their heart, and it's going to be really special when it happens.
Coach, looking forward to Saturday. I know you are too. Hopefully get that first victory of the season. For head coach Tom Arth, I'm Joe Dunn. We'll see you back here next week with more Zips Football Weekly. And of course, always remember, go Zips.
Brought to you by Bryant Heating and Cooling, whatever it takes. Miller Lite, it's Miller time. And the Spaghetti Warehouse, located at 510 South Main Street, Building 33 in Akron, Ohio, home of the 15-layer lasagna.